Yidei, Amiras Tehillim, Ve'al Yidei, Amiras Tehillim, Tisoyre Chavatzeles HaShoroin.
All right, we are back. Let's see if we can keep this thing going now. Let's go to chapter 23 of Tehillim. Who knows? It may work. Try it again.
Mole David, Adonai Ro'i, Lo Echsar, Binus Teshe, Yarbitzeini, Al Mimnuchos Yinahaleni, Nafshi Shovev, Yancheni V'Magli Tzedek, Leman Shemo, Kam Kilech Begetz Al Moves, Lo Irara, Ki Ata Imadi, Shivtecha Mishantecha, Hema Yenachamuni, Taruch Lefanai, Shulchan, Neged Zorerai, Tishanta Vashemen Roshi, Kosi Revaya, Ach, Tova Chesed Yirdefuni, Kol Yemei Chayai, Veshavti Bevis Adonai, Leorech Yamim.
Shamala Yisrael, Bisamachti, Vayimni, Vasalino, Yinay, Oyim and I saw you, Raleinu, Bishara, Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim, Hallelujah, Ki Shechura La Yachdav, Sheshamu Shatim Shiftaya, Eidus Israel, Lehoyda Yisrael, Alayna, Kishama Yashavu Chizais Mishvat, Kisais Leveis David, Shalu Shalayim, Yerushalayim, Yishrayu, I have a year, Yishalayim, Chayleich Shava, V'ayim Yisrael, V'ma'anachai V'reya, Yagabrona Shalayim, V'ma'anei Yisraelina Yeloheinu, Avav Shatayilach, V'ma'anei Yisrael Shem Elokeinu, Avav Shatayilach,
Tanya.
All right, we are doing Tanya for today, the 14th day of the month of Shevat, and here we go.
Tanya thoughts for the 14th of Shvat. What's your oh come on point? When do you consider that to be overly sensitive? Do you draw your own line and declare that's not so bad? The Tanya reminds us that this barometer thing is declaring I'm in charge, I'll decide, rather than Hashem. That's why all deviations, all averas, are alliance with Klippa and a step away from Hashem. We don't get to decide what's so bad. That's a mistake, and it's from the seductions of the animal soul.
Let's talk Tanya for the 14th of Shvat of a leap year. Yesterday we were introduced to the idea of divine speech, of God's words. And we explained that God's words, they are the creative energy that is constantly pushing the world into existence. Now, when we talk about God's speech, and we spoke about this briefly yesterday, obviously this is an anthropomorphism, which means that we are ascribing some sort of physical qualities to God, and obviously God is not physical in any which way. And this is something that is commonly done in the Torah, in the words of our sages. We talk about God, for example, having eyes, or God seeing. What does that mean? God doesn't have eyes, and seeing is a physical sense. What we're talking about is God's providence, meaning whenever we encounter some sort of physical description of God, what we have to do is immediately we have to strip it of its physicality, identify the abstract spiritual idea which is at the core of that physical thing that we're describing. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about God. So when we're talking about vision, so the human being perceives with a physical eye and with the physical sense of sight. But what is that? What is the spiritual, abstract spiritual idea at the core of that is the idea of awareness and the idea of watching over something. Yeah, God is aware of everything, watching over everything, not in a physical way. Again, that's a typical example of an anthropomorphism. Let's try to do the same thing with speech. What is the abstract spiritual concept or concepts that underlie speech? So the Alter Rebbe says there are two ideas that are behind speech. Number one, speech separates from us. If we talk about the different faculties that we have, and the different attributes that we have, many of which we've discussed in the past, there's chachma, bina, das, awareness and processing and connection, and then there's kindness and severity, and all the other emotions that we have. And then there's thought. All of these don't separate from us. They remain inside of us. When we speak, the words that we say now, they enter someone else's mind, they enter the atmosphere. We don't own them any longer. They separate from us. Can this apply to God? Can we say that God's speech is called speech because it separates from him? The Alter Rebbe says absolutely not. Nothing separates from God. Les asar pani minei, the Kabbalists tell us, there is no place that is devoid of him, no place that is empty of Hashem. Maloi chalaris kavode, he is everywhere. So if he's everywhere, nothing can separate from him. So what do we mean when we say God's speech if it doesn't separate from him? So Alter Rebbe says there's another characteristic of speech, a spiritual characteristic of speech, and that is that speech reveals. Something which was beforehand hidden and concealed now is revealed, comes out in the open. When we talk about God speaking, we mean that God is revealing something. It's not separating from him. It remains one with him because everything always remains one with him, but it is revealed. So, for example, when we talk about the 10 utterances with which the world was created, what is being revealed over here? God's creative powers. God always had those creative powers, but they were concealed. Now that God uses these creative powers in the creation of the world, that is called speech, because now these creative powers are being revealed. There's another form of speech when God speaks in the Torah, where it says, Vayidaber Hashem el Moshe lemer, God speaks to Moshe. What does that mean that God is speaking to Moshe? Once again, that means that God is revealing his wisdom and his will to us. So to recap what we had today, normally speech consists of two elements, separation and revelation. However, by Hashem, when he speaks, there is no separation, there is only revelation. That's the way it would seem. And tomorrow we will find out that that is the truth from Hashem's perspective. From our perspective, Hashem's speech actually also separates from him. And we'll find out more about that, Emir Tzah Hashem, tomorrow.
All right. Fantastic. We absolutely love this. All right. This, and then I just got to move this really, really quick. Right here. That's a good place. All right. Sefer HaMitzvahs of the Rambam.
No, it's not impossible that Erev did say, just study Rambam each and every day. I'll never miss my daily Rambam. My Rebbe so desires, I'm not busy or too tired. When I learn Rambam's connected, I remain, I am a link in the Rebbe's golden chain.
All right. We are privileged to have Rabbi Lipsker with us today.
Today, those studying 3 chapters a day of the Rambam's Mishnah Torah begin a new set of laws discussing neighbors. And like the last set of laws, there are no specific mitzvahs associated with them. However, because neighbors could be a very potential threat to each other those studying 3 chapters a day, we're going to discuss the laws pertaining to neighbors in the context of positive mitzvah 236, and like the last set of laws, there are no damage your fellow Jew. So one of the types of neighbors that the Torah recognizes that could exist between neighbors is what's called hezek revi'i, damage of sight. Or to paraphrase, visual trespass, which means if I have a house with a window on one of the walls, and my neighbor will then come and build his own house and put in a window level with my window, my privacy is going to be compromised because now he'll be able to look inside and see the goings-on of my house. So one of the laws of hezek revi'i dictates that a neighbor will not build a new window at level with another window that already exists in his neighbor's property.
Torah is concerned for every little thing that we do and every step we take. The Torah has a comment to make, and that is absolutely amazing to know that Hashem was right there with just mind-boggling. All right, matters of Mashiach. All right, the effort to build the tabernacle, the first sanctuary in the desert to Hashem, began by collecting donations for the various materials. The men came along with the women. Every generous-hearted person brought bracelets and earrings and rings and buckles and all kinds of golden objects, and every man who waved a waving of gold to Hashem. The men came with the women. The women gave first and foremost, while the donations of the men were secondary, according to Maimonides. Although the temple service was ministered by male Levites and priests, women led the effort to donate the materials for the Mishkan in the desert. They also wove the tapestries that covered the tabernacle's wooden frame. Every Jewish home is a mikdash ma'at, a miniature sanctuary of Hashem. The holiness of a home depends primarily on the woman, and only after they lay down a strong foundation of holiness and purity by carefully observing Kashrus, Shabbos, Taras Mishpacha, and the education of the children can the house become a sanctuary for Hashem. Likewise, these mitzvahs will have a special connection to Mashiach when the Holy Temple will be rebuilt. And now, let's bring some heaven down to earth, because we're a little bit... Thank you all. A young man came to the Revi'i to receive a blessing. The Revi'i looked at him and said, "A Jew must be happy." The young man replied, "Rebbe, what is there to be happy about?" The Rebbe answered, "Be happy that you were privileged to wrap tefillin this morning." The young man mumbled a few words that made him quite happy. The Rebbe responded, "Be happy that you have a God who waits every minute for the moment you will return to him and wrap tefillin." There you go. Be happy. Can we always be happy? Talk to me about it on social media. Any of the Actors Rabbis groups, Clubhouse, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Telegram, Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube, or theactorsrabbi.com. Baruch ato Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam boirei nefashos rabos v'chesronan al kol ma sheborasa lachayos bohem nefesh kol chai baruch chei ha'olamim rabos v'chesronan Al koil ma sheborosa lacha yois bohem nefesh kol chai boruch chei ha'olamim. All right, Lucy Lieberman has a new song for us today. Nefesh kol chai boruch chei ha'olamim. I don't know. All right, Lucy Lieberman has a new song. I don't have a name, but you're gonna like it because I only bring you the best. All right, thank you for being here. Thank you to my Patreon sponsors, Test Progress on Tarzan or Christina, Dr. Lieberman, nope, Rachel Biederman, Avi G in the UK, and Reza Musavi. Thank you very much. All right, thank you for being here. Thank you to my Patreon.com/theactorsrabbi or breakfastwitheli.live/new computer. Rachel Biederman, for Avi G in the UK. I know you want to help us. Reza Musavi. Tonight is Tu B'Shvat. That's right. Or breakfast 6 hours until it is Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat, we have a custom on Tu B'Shvat to eat tonight fruit is Tu B'Shvat that we have not yet eaten. All right, 6 hours until it is Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat, we have a custom on Tu B'Shvat to eat tonight fruit is Tu B'Shvat. Yes, the custom is to eat fruits of the 7 species, which the nation of Israel is blessed with. The land of Israel is blessed with a land of wheat, barley, grapes, figs, and pomegranates. A land of olive trees, which the nation of Israel honey, blessed with the land of Israel is blessed with. So those are very, very important. Some people grapes, figs, seder, where they sit down and taste all these fruits. Other people just go to the open market and buy a tray of Tu B'Shvat fruit, which is what we're going to do. Those are very, very important. And yeah, we'll talk more about Tu B'Shvat tomorrow. You got a whole 25 hours to celebrate, all right? Of Tu B'Shvat. So go out and do something nice, something good for someone today. The words of Revi'i and Hammer have affection for yeah, I'll talk more about Tu B'Shvat tomorrow. You draw a fellow close. Hashem will draw you close to him. Make it a great and glorious day. So go out and do something nice, something good. Let's bring them home. Okay? See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll talk more about fellow close.
שבת סבתא עוזר לי? מה חבל? מה מותר? דווקא אחלה ביט. תגיד לי מתי להיכנס.
הצעה לתקשורת להתייעץ בבור פגיעה ישירה מחבל שחוסר ביחד ננצח להתייעץ בבור מופע לחיילים צבע צבע מחבל שחוסר צבע צבע ביחד ננצח החיים שלי צריכים שיפוץ דחוף וזה מתחיל בזה שיש אותי בלב והאמין להיות חזק להרגיש בכל הגוף שכל זה ייגמר מרגיש לי בקרוב וזה מתחיל בזה שיש אותי בלב והאמין להיות חזק להרגיש בכל הגוף שכל זה ייגמר מרגיש לי בקרוב וזה מתחיל בזה שיש אותי בלב מותר לפסוק אין יותר מן הרוב תורת עד אוסטרליה לצאת מדיכאון שמאל וימין ממשלת אחדות החל מאופקים שלא יחיה סינואלים החיים שלי צריכים שיפוץ דחוף וזה מתחיל בזה שיש אותי בלב והאמין להיות חזק להרגיש בכל הגוף שכל זה ייגמר מרגיש לי בקרוב וזה מתחיל בזה שיש אותי בלב והאמין להיות חזק להרגיש בכל הגוף שכל זה ייגמר מרגיש לי בקרוב וזה מתחיל בזה שיש אותי תגיד לי, מה עם הגבלת התקהלות? איזה קרגירת המיליון? טוב נחכה להצהרה של דובר צה"ל רגע, קיבלתי הודעה שהוא עברה לא סתם, זו הצהרה של החותים הם שלחו את המתכון של הדחרה של דובר צה"ל תגיד מה עם הבחירות? נו עכשיו ברצינות, באמת, מה עם הבחירות? הם שברו את המתכון של הדעת. תגיד, מה עם הבחירות? נו עכשיו ברצינות, באמת, מה עם הבחירות? הם שברו את המתכון של הדעת. תגיד, מה עם הבחירות? נו עכשיו ברצינות, Bring them home, bring them home. We've been praying for so long. Them home, bring them home. Please bring them home. We've been praying for so long, so Abba, please bring them home. We're coming home, we're almost home.